This is the disclaimer for the video you're about to watch, as well as all videos belonging to the Lynn Wick channel on all platforms on which we operate this channel. No part of this publication, which includes this YouTube video, may be reproduced, stored in a retrievable system, or transmitted in any form or by any means except as permitted by the United States Copyright Act without the prior express written consent of the broadcaster, Lynn Wick. While we use our best efforts to prepare content for this site, we make no representation or warranties with respect to the accuracy or completeness of the content of the videos, including any content, links, or resources shared by third parties. Furthermore, all parties specifically disclaim any express or implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. The advice and strategies contained herein may not be suitable for your situation. No legal advice or financial advice is being given herein, as we are not attorneys or financial advisors. You should consult with a professional where appropriate. No liability or damages shall take place because of this content. Furthermore, your use of this site and watching these videos confirms your agreement that the state of Ohio law applies to all disputes relating to this site, videos, and venue. For all claims and disputes relating to this site and videos shall be in the state of Ohio.
Your emotions are your life. If the regular emotions you have are frustration or anger or stressed out or worried, then the bottom line is you need to remember that that extraordinary life is not going to come with those emotions. If your habit is to get pissed off all the time or worried all the time or frustrated or overwhelmed, that habit is keeping you from an extraordinary life no matter how much money you have. If you have, beautiful husband or wife and they love you and you love them and beautiful kids, but you spend your life in fear and worry, your life is not love, it's fear and worry. Write down, I don't experience life. I experience the life I focus on. What that means is, what's wrong is always available, so is what's right. Right now, there are a million things you could focus on. If you focus on certain things, you're gonna feel great. Focus on something else, you'll feel terrible. When you train your brain to focus differently, it changes what things mean to you. And the meaning changes your emotion, and your emotion changes the decisions you make about what to do.
If we don't rehearse what God has done, we risk forgetting it. And sometimes the miracle isn't just that God did it. The miracle is that you didn't forget. Somebody's sitting next to you right now. When you open your mouth and you testify about the goodness of God, it's oxygen to them. Because they saw you when you were broken. They saw you when you had the messed up marriage. They saw you when you were waiting on the scholarship. They saw you when you didn't have the job. They saw you when you were trying to get clarity and wisdom. And now you have it. You are fuel to them. Say something. Open your mouth and say something. We are quick to say something about the discount at Target. But when it comes to the goodness of God, you quiet. How dare you? How dare you close your mouth and God save your soul? How dare you be quiet when he brought you out of muck and miry clay and things you never thought you would get out of? How dare you stay quiet? You will yell about your football team and your sport team, but you won't yell about how good God has been in your life? Say something. Say something.
More than almost any other. And it's not what you think. It's not do not commit adultery. It's not do not lie. It's not do not steal. It's simply this: do not fear, which tells me something, that God is not surprised by your fear. In fact, he expects it, but he refuses to allow fear to govern and rule our lives. Over and over again in scripture, God shows up for his people who are often overwhelmed, overloaded, worried, and exhausted. And God doesn't tell them to figure it out. He doesn't tell them to come up with a better plan. He says, do not fear. Why? Because fear will make you forget who God is. Fear will make you magnify the problem and minimize the promise. Fear will have you walking away from your destiny because the pressure got too loud. But every time God says, do not fear, he always follows it with this: do not fear, for I am with you. Notice God never tells you not to fear without reminding you who is standing with you. So this isn't about you being brave enough. This isn't about you being strong enough. This isn't about you pretending like your circumstances aren't what they are. But it does mean that even in the midst of those circumstances, even in the middle of your situation, even in your struggle, that there is a God who stands with you, who fights your battles for you, who is reminding you that he is your God. And maybe the reason God repeats it so often is because he knows how easily we forget.
Even though you're broken in so many ways, somehow you get up, dress up, and show up every single day. I'm proud of you. On the days that your smile just won't stick to your face, it blows my mind how you still show up with so much grace. I'm proud of you. Even when the world collapses around you and you're seemingly drowning in all the problems that found you, you refuse to break. I'm so proud of you. You are so much more than this world gives you credit for. And one day the dust will settle on this beautiful life. And it'll be your time, because you were brave enough to survive.
Thank you, God. God, good morning. Thank you for waking me up. I didn't earn this breath, but you gave me love. Sunrise breaking through my window pane, every heartbeat whispering your name. I was asleep, but you stayed awake. Cover my life, every step I take. Before my feet hit the floor, I pray I'm alive today. So I gotta say, God, good morning. Thank you for waking me up. I'm here, I'm breathing. That alone is more than enough. Take my plans, take my pride. I lay it all down, let you decide. Not my way, not my one. Your will be done. If today brings joy, I lift you high. If today brings storms, you're still my guide. I don't need control, I just need truth. Every step I take, I'm trusting you. I release the fear, release the rush. Heaven's timing, I won't push. Open hands, open heart, from the very start. God, good morning. Thank you for waking me up. I'm here, I'm breathing. That alone is more than enough. Take my place, take my pride. I lay it all and I'll let you decide. Not my way, not my one. Your will be done. If I gain, you're good. If I lose, you're good. On the mountain, in the valley, you're still God, you're still good. I surrender the outcome, I surrender my sight. Lead me step by step, I trust you with my life. Your will be done. Good morning. Thank you for waking me up. Every breath is mercy. Every moment is love. I don't need tomorrow. I don't need to run. All I need is you. Your will be done. Your will be done. Your will be done.
Good morning, Grand Rising and everything in between. It is a dreary Thursday, but that's okay. We still have sunshine in our hearts, and God is always with us, and that's all that matters. Well, how is everybody? It's been a long day and a half, but we have information, but it's a scrambled information, but we got some good news. And I told you this about 2 years ago. I told you this last year, and I said it again, I think, end of January. But I am going to explain this to you because a certain person is telling you, but not telling you in the way you think you know it. So we're going to hit down on that today. We got some other things I want to talk about. And I just want to give a shout out to everyone who is contributing to this family member. We're doing absolutely wonderful. We're just about $198 short and exactly what we need to get everything covered. So guys, if you can help out, I do appreciate it. I did cash in some of my silver to contribute. So we need to help someone who's been here from the very beginning and has donated so much time to help me, and just the generosity that she's given others. And I know she doesn't like to ask for anything, but this is a time you don't have to ask. This is a time that we need to stay together. And here I also have someone, if you're in the Florida area, let me know. I can give you some help on food, milk, bread, canned goods, refrigerated goods. So let me know. But you got to be in like the upper, well, somewhere in the upper Florida. So that's the area this person is in. I actually can't mail things to her or anything, but on the groceries, just email me and I will see where she's located, and then we could correspond back and forth. Anyway, thank you for your attention to everything, and thank you for the love that you have given. There's so many that are struggling, but when there's a bad situation is when I like to step in, because it's overcoming and the situation has gotten so serious that people don't help and that the government does not even listen anymore. So thank you. You're wonderful. And I love your humanitarian hearts. There's a lot of people that just don't get it. We're in the situation that nothing's moving, no income being in the houses. People are just losing their jobs constantly, and it has nothing to do with AI. They're just shutting down these companies. But my feeling is, I think AI is taking over, and they don't want no part of it. I can hear a lot of things that's going on. I see a lot of things going on. What a world we live in. But you know what? It's a good time to be alive, because one day you're going to be able to tell your great-grandkids what this fall happened. And you know what? The story isn't going to be as long as we've been in this. And that's the good thing. Oh my goodness. Anyway, a good morning, Grand Rising to anyone I missed. Let's get started. Let's stop the chat and let's go to prayer. Father, we come to you this morning with smiles on our face, happiness in our heart. Some feel they need unspoken prayers, and that's okay. You answer all of our prayers. It might not be today or tomorrow, but sit back and we watch the miracles you make. Father, we thank you for the blessings you bestow upon us. You guide our feet where we need to go. You ask, what's wrong, my child? Your sweet voice. We don't sometimes actually hear it, but we hear it from within. Father, this morning we ask that you watch over us as we go forward. May the light shine on each and every one here, those that are watching and those to come. May they find the glory and the happiness and the wisdom that you give each and every one of us. We also thank you for loving us every single moment, for showing us the light and letting our light shine. May you bless those that are crying out for whatever they need, that they too are going to be blessed. Father, bring the blessing on across this whole world. And let the celebration begin for everyone. And this we ask in your name today. And we all said, amen. All right, we're going to do some meet and greets this morning. Let's get the party started. Let's see who we got in here first. Candace seems to be first, says bonjour and good morning, village. You guys got your group going talking, don't you? I do open up early so you guys can come in and chat. I don't like people that just say you can't come on until the host comes on. Come in and chat if you want to chat. That's what this family is about. There's things that you can't say at the other places, and they stifle you from asking any questions. But this is not what this is all about. This is about your voice, your time, and we join in with each other. And even though I'm up here, I'm with you, you're with me, and we enjoy it. So enjoy this time when I'm not on with your family here. We're all family. That's what it's all about. It's about love and grace and hosting. But you can also host by being in here and chatting with each other. You start the conversation and let everyone join in. And when I come on, it'll be the same thing. Maybe in a slight different way, but it's the same. So let's go in and see who our first person is without saying hello to everybody else. Although they are the first person. And Leno says, good morning to everyone. See, everybody's chatting. Robert says, good morning. Did you get much sleep last night? Prostate and a lot of pain. Don't trust doctors anymore. Need your prayers. Love you all. God bless you all. Yes, we will pray for you, sweetheart. You got it. Oh, yeah, that was a meteor that hit the last time I was on. That was a meteor that hit not too. That thing went boom right over my head. And I was like, wow, do you remember that? I thought that something was going to fall. I thought the roof was going to fall on my house. I was like, wow, it's going. And why was there a meteor? Why? Ask yourself that. As soon as I heard that, I said something, but I'm not going to tell you what I said. But why did a meteor fall? And the weight they're saying it is? Really? Is there going to be another one this morning? What new driving laws? Lampkin says, good morning, everyone. Happy first day of spring. I thought it was the 20th. Today's the 19th. Isn't it Friday? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. Earl says, this is one beautiful morning. Yes, it is. Josie says, good morning, everyone. What a smile. Good morning. Miller says, Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Davis says, good morning, Team Lennon family. With a prayer and a love. Thank you. Tuck says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Virginia says, good morning, and Grand Rising, Glenn, Ghost, and family. Grand Rising. My Journey says, good morning, all. Sending prayers. Good morning. Fearless says, good morning, family. Good morning. Betty says, good morning, family. Seems like forever since I talked with you. I was on the road and couldn't comment, but I'd listened. They're kind of frown on texting and driving around here, you think? They do here too, honey. Mamaw says, good morning, everyone. I am so ready. We are all so ready. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, mods. I don't forget about you. Terry says, Grand Rising family, may you be blessed today and always, and is my prayer. There you go. Thank you. Ronnie says, Grand Rising, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to March Madness. Talk about basketball, or are you talking about what we're going through? Because every month is that. Guy says, good morning, Lynn, Jim, Mods, and Chat family from a chilly South Carolina. Wishing everyone a fantastic weekend and blessings from the Father and Jesus Christ. Love and hugs, Loretta and Randall. Unspoken prayer, please. Good morning, Good morning, Miss Loretta. Good morning, Guy. How are you? I am going to do your unspoken for you. Samantha says, good morning, Sunshine, Lynn, Ghost, and beautiful family with a huge smile. Have a dancing day. Absolutely. No, you don't open a QFS account. Your account is under that platform already. You don't have to open up anything. Cherry says, Grand Rising family. Hope everyone is well. Love and blessings to all of you. Sending love. Good morning, honey. Thank you. Yeah, if anyone tells you to open a QFS account, don't do it. Please don't do it. Ian Zago says, hello, everyone. Blessings for the day. Love to everyone with a huge smile. Good morning. Tammy says, Grand Rising and happy Thursday with love, donuts, and coffee. Ah, Tammy, thank you, honey. Molly says, Grand Rising, Jim, Harley, and the Wet Village. High of 105 in the Arizona, 8 inches of snow at home. Bit of a shock. Just breathe. God has us. Amen. Yes, we got temperatures very high, and some of us have snow. And this is going to go on probably till the end of March. Then you're going to see spring come in, and it's going to be beautiful. From what they're telling me, we are going to see the better days come start the 2nd of April. Why do we not have it April 1st? Anyway, I was going to tell you when we were on last, the neighbor across the way, which is like on the other street, but I can see her house. I looked over when the storm that meteor went off. I looked over and her daffodils are completely in bloom and they are so tall. And now I have crows in my feeder, crows. And then I have birds nesting on my lamp out there. And then I have all these other birds that I don't even know what kind they are. This is so weird, but I am enjoying it. I love birds. They feed and they just dance. I mean, they're actually dancing. They're tiptoeing like they're dancing. I'm like, wow, what is happening here? But I did hear what I said was correct, that the earth is healing from what's coming from the sky. And it's also healing you along with many other things that you didn't know about. And neither did I. And I find that out. So I did a lot of things I had to send off between Wednesday and last night. I got some back and I didn't get some others back. But if I get them, you'll know about them. I don't know. Are you guys noticing? And all the buds on the dead trees are budding. The trees are dead and they're budding. Say what? I know, right? Joan says, hi, family. Hi, honey. Kay says, happy day, family. Happy day. 3D says, grand rising, everyone. Grand rising. Playma says, peaceful and thankful Thursday rising to everyone. Yeah, amen. Donald says, beautiful blessings, family. Absolutely. Sea Change says, good morning, family. Sending love. Good morning. Laura says, good morning, Lynn Mods and everyone. Sending sunshine, love, and prayers. Good morning. Kay says, good morning, Mrs. Lynn. Good morning. Sheridan says, good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Dinosaur says, hello, family. Hello, honey. Kelly says, good morning. Good morning, sweetheart. Sherry says, good morning. Sending a smile and love. Good morning, sweetheart. James says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Raina says, good morning. Sending sunshine. Good morning. Bernard says, happy Thursday, Len, Mods, and fellow patriots. Behold, the day of our Lord has provided. Nothing could be better than today. Absolutely, one day at a time. Every day is the same day. Gordy says, peace, love, and prayers to all of you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Gordy. Paula says, grand rising family. Miss Len and Ghost, have a blessed hump day. Is it? No, this is Thursday, sweetheart. I know we get our days mixed up. Eloise says, good morning and thank you, God. Amen. Every moment is love. Absolutely. Linda says, good morning, Lynn, Ghost, and family. Have an amazing day. Thank you. You also. Gloria says, good morning, Lynn, Ghost, Mods, and Patriot friends. Good morning. Good morning, Virginia. Lynn Margaret says, good morning, Lynn. I'm confused. Why are CT politicians passing unconstitutional bills, trying to force? They can't do this. Pray for us, please. Honey, it's not going to happen. It's a movie. They're going to do what they need to do to get this done. Dave's not here, says hi, Lynn. And all. Love, how can I donate? Email me. Only thing I have right now is Cash App. The banks have taken out Zelle here. They are not accepting Zelle, and I can't send, take, or give. They can't do anything with that. Connecticut's not going anywhere. Russ says, good morning to everyone. Good morning. Yes, there's my email. Tammy's got my email in there, guys. Thank you, Tammy. Ron says, good morning, family. Good morning. Angel says, grand rising, sending hugs and prayers to all of you. Good morning. I'll take that hug. Good morning, Russ. It is an awesome family. Happy birthday, Heloise. Oh, we got a birthday girl in here today. Moonbeam says, I heard it through your mic way down here in Texas. I know, wasn't that loud? When you think your roof was falling in? Space isn't real. Cherry says, happy birthday, Heloise. Wishing you many more. Yes, we do, don't we? It is Thursday, right? Krista says, good morning and grand rising. It's Nissan 1 and a sunny day. The birds are chirping. I don't know if they're singing or not, but they're out there. Santa says, good morning to everyone. Good morning, Santa. Mary Catherine says, happy Thursday, everyone. Sending love and sunshine. Good morning. Wendy says, grand rising. Grand rising. Okay, Paula. Thank you, honey. Hey, Lois says, I miss you all. Wait, I will miss you all next week. I am heading to Arizona for the week. Prayers for safe travels. Absolutely. Aren't their temperatures really up there right now? Nancy says, morning all, please pray for me. I can hardly work with my left leg and knees are swollen. Can hardly walk with terrible pain. Absolutely. You got it, sweetheart. Krista says, good morning. Good morning. 27 degrees. Well, we dropped down. We're right now we're back up at 39 right now. We're supposed to be 48, I think, today. We're up and down, up and down, up and down. Thomas is going to Death Valley, which is 30 miles from home before it gets too hot. Death Valley, huh? David says, Grand Rising to everyone. Grand Rising, David. Oh, Paula, you're okay, sweetheart. I get my days mixed up all the time. Barbara says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Barbara. Russ says, good morning to Gordy. Good morning. Brighter Days says, greetings, Lynn, Jim, sending love and prayers to all with a smile for everyone. Thank you, sweetheart. A smile back to you. Mike says, Grand Rising from Key Largo, Florida. Make it a great day, everyone. With love, prayers, and a huge smile. I bet you're having a good time, aren't you, Mike? I love Florida. So then do you think caused a big boom? I think they took something out. I do. Daughter of the Most High says, good morning, Len and friends. With flowers. Good morning. I love flowers. Nancy says, good day to one and all from a rainy Washington state. Good morning, sweetheart. Martin says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Dee, we plan on having a party when this is over. Yes. Hey, Earl, this is Mrs. Lynn. Have you seen the new driving laws in effect? I did, but I put them down. What are they? I had the list, but I put them down. TP says, happy day to all. Lynn sent to Ghost for family help. Aw, thank you, Tess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's get started, guys, this morning. Good morning to those that I missed and Grand Rising. Let's get started this morning. I'm going to play something for you. You might have seen it, but this is what I'm giving to certain people to wake them up about how we got started in this, and you know what they are. I'm going to show you a clip that was done off of Rumble that I had. I found it, and I'm going to play it. Please don't say anything bad because you know what will happen. But I want to show you what I'm sending out in an email to those that say it's not true. I want them to go watch this. This is only the beginning, but I want them to start watching this because things are going to start really heavy coming out about all of it, and the pictures are going to be released. There are not going to be some good things to see in here. So if you don't like to see it, don't watch this. If you want to understand what's going on, this is what's going on. Is it still, from what I heard, in some places, they're still grabbing them. I can't tell you where, but we're going to watch it. So you know what I am sending out. You might want to do it, you might not. But I'm tired of people saying, what are you talking about to children? Seriously? So I'm going to go silent.
What happens when everything you know, everything you trust, and everyone you believe in is a lie? And there you are, staring at a screen, sick to your stomach for the things you've seen, the things they've done. And just like that, the world you thought you knew is gone. Because it's not just that they lied, it's that we believed them. We defended them. We got into fights with people we loved for what? For them. And now, as you're staring at the names on that list, at the things they did, and something inside you just breaks. How did I not see it? And when you sit with that question long enough, you start to see it was there all along. It was always hiding in plain sight in every movie and every song. They said the fight was left and right, black and white, you and I. They told us what's wrong and right. While they were trafficking on islands, trading children like diamonds? No, not like diamonds, like cattle, like meat to be sliced and diced with forks and knives. These were innocent lives. And here's the question we should all be asking. Why now? Think about it. Why are they showing us their cards? They could have made it all just disappear like every time before. They controlled what we saw from the day we were born. And now the masks are off, what the hell is going on? And look, there's part of you still waiting, hoping someone's gonna save us. See the ones in those high places? They were on the island, face it. And they don't care if you know it, because they're coming for our babies, and they're doing it in the open while they're laughing in our faces. Do you see it now? Do you see where we are? It's the dark night of the soul. Yeah, we woke up in hell. There's a fork in the road. We either grovel at their feet or we all rise up above this. Once you know the spell is broken, there's no going back to sleep. Gotta face it, eyes wide open. Just turn off the bread and circus. Please, please don't keep on scrolling, cause there really isn't much time left. Mark my words. The system's collapsing under the weight of its own evil. And the future belongs to God, not the devil. And you want to know a secret? You know what makes them the most frightened? It's all of us united.
Do you see why I'm sending that out? Does that make sense? I've gotten more responses back by show me more. Yes, I can't. But I do send them over to Rumble. Rumble and BitChute have some that they can see. There are some that I know now that have been removing them. So, guys, we got to get the truth out there. And this is a great opener. If you have family, friends, co-workers, anyone that will open it up and just watch that clip. This is a home run to get them to open their eyes. And if they don't, then they don't care about their children or grandchildren or the children at all. They don't care about humanity. And that is where they will fall. If you can't care about someone enough other than yourself, especially children, what do you have? An empty shell. You have no spirit, you have no soul, because you are a child. We are God's children. No matter who you are, God chose you. But they walked away while you stayed. Do you see the difference? Eyes wide open. Do you feel the love? Eyes wide open. This is where you began, but this is not where you will end. I hope you got the message. Because when I see this, I have so many tears, not just in my eyes, but in my heart, my soul, my spirit. Remember what got you started. Not gossip, not untruth, but God. From the day you were born, you were chosen not to go through what the children did, but to help them. And that's what we're doing. So if you know someone that can see this clip, send it. And even if you think they can't stomach it, send it. It's up to them whether or not they want to watch it. And when you send it, it has a link. And they can watch the full thing. And it shows the truth. You can find them over on Rumble. And you can watch the whole video. And I mean, you can watch it. This should have been given a clip out long time ago. But everybody was afraid to do it because we were censored. Who censored us? You need to think the process of everything from the very beginning. What really started at the beginning? Do you even remember? Who censored us? Who kept us in the dark? Who wouldn't let us tell the truth? They still won't. There's people walking away and people being said they've been taken out or they died or they have some kind of disease. They're still doing it. But the question is why? We've come this far to be taken out because we want the truth out, because we stand up to the truth, because we go looking and searching for it. Who is in control? And why are they censoring? Never should they censor the people. We, the people, you got to understand this. We, the people, are the Constitution. We can take them out. We can have them taken out in the office, and we are, but not fast enough. And here we said, TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. You wonder why TikTok got the name? And who bought TikTok? Ask all these questions so you find the truth. Anyway, good morning and grand rising. Well, I just want you guys to start understanding why we are here. God is always first. And everybody walks around wanting information on how we're going to get our blessings and how we're going to get our monies and how we're going to get, how we going to get healed, how we go. God is always first. You wouldn't be asking those questions if you had that relationship within yourself with your Father and know the answers that come from Him instead of man. And we depend on man to make our decisions. And look where we are today. Look where we are today, that we relinquished our rights to man. God said, speak up, child. And we didn't. We fell backwards. And we let man take control. Just like Go said, we failed because we didn't listen. Are you listening now? You better be. Because God is not going to strike us down, but God will walk away because you walk first. You see, when I'm starting to see my numbers go down, it's because I'm not telling the truth. It's because they have no relationship with the Spirit. And they won't find where the relationship is. They won't put Him first. They won't call upon Him to be first. So if you can't depend on God, what makes you think God's going to be there for you? I can give you that answer. You don't need to believe. You need to trust. And that's where we fail. We take things in our own hands instead of going to God and trusting in Him. I know I failed several times. We all will. Because anger is failure. And we all get angry very fast. Again, Trump didn't fulfill his promises. We're angry. We're hungry. We need this, we need that. Do we? Sure we do. But not as you think. We don't need man to make our decisions. We don't need man to give us our wealth because God already promised them. You got to keep remembering who's in control. Man might be in control, but God is over top of them. And God is never going to let us down. So when you're asking me about, is this happening? Is this true? Is that true? Ask God if it's true. Because God's got the plan. Man's only at the wheel. But God's got the world. Always, always, always remember that. Okay, so I want to make this straight with you guys. I know there's somebody, wait a minute, so I can find it again. Oh, where did I put it? Here it is. The reason I'm going to show you this is because what I told you before. Who you think is good is bad, and who you think is bad is good. I'm not talking about the podcasters that I'm talking about the government, the actors, the people that are out there on the street. The actors are not always bad. And even though you heard they were bad, I keep saying, where's the proof? Anybody can show you a list, but if there's not a seal on that list, because only that list can have a seal. You see, the government is the one to receive a list to the people. When they say there's a list of the bad people, who's putting the list out? That person. Is that person the government with the seal? Because those names are sealed that they took. Can you go down into Gitmo? Sure. Go digging. And like I told the story before, I saw Michelle down there, who is Michael. Yes, that's true. But they're also taking them out. And I asked you why. I found out why. Because they're all sealed. You don't know who's dead or alive. You don't know who's good or bad, as Q said. But there is one thing you can look at. The things they say, the things they do, the things they wear, the symbolism. But then again, if you don't know that thing, you don't know the correct symbolisms, then you're lost in the woods. But this man is not bad. He has been speaking about this since I can remember. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it was a strange thing when he came into this picture. My son and I went on vacation with a part of our family. We went to Florida. We went to Disney. Now, is Disney bad? Is the children underneath there? Yes and no. Are they bad on one part? Yes. Is there children under there? No. Was there? Yes. But when my son and I went, we went around to all the, like Mary Poppins, and he gets autographs, and he would go to some actors and, that was for children, movies he liked to watch, and they were there. So we came upon, and I had met him before, and I can't tell you where. We came upon Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey had put out a movie, and I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, my son just loved watching Jim Carrey. He would laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. And I says, you really like him, don't you? And he goes, yes. Well, he was about 8 years old. So he says, Mom, he goes, let's go over and take a look at Kit. And I says, no, if you go, you got to get an autograph. He says, okay. So we go over there, and there's this huge line. And I look up, and he's standing right there. And I look the same as I did when I met him. So he looked over at me, and he goes, hey. He goes, that's your son? I says, yeah, one of them. And everybody turns around and looks at me. And I'm like, mm-mm-mm. And he goes, well, there, kiddo. He goes, I'm going to show you what I can really do. So, Bruce Almighty. That's it. Bruce Almighty. So he goes, really? And all the other kids got amazed. And he sprang up into this building, and he did all these crazy things. And it's like, oh my gosh. I'm just watching him. My son's eyes are just glistening, and he's smiling and he's laughing. And I'm like, oh, this is the best day ever for this child. And he come over to him and he says, you want my autograph? And he goes, please, sir. And I'm like, what? That's not my child. And he signed him right on his shirt. And I went, oh, that's a new shirt. He goes, oh, I'll buy him another one. So my son was in this amazed for like 3 days. That's all he talked about was how he got treated, and this man signed his shirt. He just says, Mom, you can never wash this shirt. I said, I won't wash it, honey. I won't wash it. So the next day came, and he says, let's go back. Let's go back. And I go, no, we're not going back. So we did go back over to the studios, and he met so many people over there. He was so outspoken and outgoing. And then he grew up, and it's reversed now. He is not that way. He's actually a bully. That's the way I look at him. But anyway, I got to tell you the story. And you know who I'm talking about. He is not bad. He spoke out about this many times. When we were there, I had walked back to see if he was still out at the building. Well, he was behind, and I could see him. So I walked back there, and I said his real name. And I said, listen, thank you so much for making my son laugh, because he's not like that. And he goes, really? He goes, I didn't see that in him. And I said, oh, no, he's not. And he was talking about what was going on. And I didn't understand it. And I said, I'm sorry for interrupting. And he goes, no. He goes, I want everybody to hear it. So I stood there, and he started talking about things that were going on in there. And I was like, what? So I thought it was gossip, and I walked away. I says, hey, I got to go. So then later, when we were leaving, he was going out the gate, and he waved to me, and I waved by, and he walks over. And he goes, I'm sorry if I what did he call me? I'm sorry if I embarrassed you. And I said, you didn't embarrass me. I didn't even know what you were talking about. And he told me. And I was just standing there going, no. And he goes, yeah. He goes, but it's okay. He goes, it's not right here. He goes, but nobody listens to me either. He goes, they try to shut me out. Well, then this man came, and he got like really, like he couldn't talk anymore. So I said, hey, listen, I'll see you later. It was good talking to you. I said, you know what? I thank you for the autograph for my son. So I was deterrent him from talking about anything. So nobody thought we were talking about. And I really didn't understand at the time what he really was trying to tell me until I got over to the swimming pool. They were all chatting up about the children. And I said, you got to be kidding me. So I got up and I left. So see, I know the response that people take when you try to tell them. And it is true. You can't tell them. You got to show them. Because I didn't believe any of it. And I'm going back many, many years ago, like 30 some years ago. So when I found out that it was true and he was trying to tell me all along, I felt extremely bad. Then he got into protection. Not in witness protection, but protection. Because he was going against them. The military didn't take him. He took himself into protection. And yeah, did he play in bad movies? Yes. But they were movies he got paid for doing. He was acting, just like what you're watching right now, a movie being paid for by an actor's company. So when I show you this, please don't say, oh, he's bad. You have no proof that he's bad. There is no proof they can give you they're bad until they give you the seal that they're going to unbreak to show you who the bad people are. Are they going to tell you who's in the witness program? No. So stop talking about who's good and who's bad. Only those that are in charge of that particular envelopes are the ones that know. He made this out long time ago. Well, at least I feel it's a long time ago. And I want you to watch it. And then you tell me. There's some movies I didn't understand what he made. I really didn't. Okay, it's up.
Kidnapping children is not what great nations do. Here's the thing, it's not our world.
I want you to watch his face.
Oh, wow. Here's the good news. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue. For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
Talking at 1,000 miles an hour.
See the face?
Receiving your awards, and I was like, I'm dead.
Look, look, look. Check if image is AI generated. There is some chances that this image or parts of it was created by AI. 90% of this video was AI, and you didn't even notice it, did you? That's why I was telling you to look at the face. Let me show you this again. Look how they changed it.
It is the mark of a villain.
This is the right face. All right. Now watch how it progresses into somebody else.
Kidnapping children is not what great nations do. Here's the thing, it's not our world. We don't matter. We don't matter.
Oh, wow.
Here's the good news. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is
He's telling you.
the all-mocking tongue. For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
Talking 1,000 miles
There
an
he is
hour.
there.
They're receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead.
What did he just tell you?
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It is the mark.
Hang on 1 minute. I got somebody calling in on a confirmation. Hold on. Okay, sorry. No news yet on that one. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you, he told you flat out. The government is lying to us about many things, and they're keeping us distracted. The children is not one of the things that they're lying about. But there are many things. This is why. How do I say this? Distractions come in many forms. Jim Carrey did not die. He went into protection. They used many masks to show Jim Carrey. And then they used Jim Carrey in an AI movie to present him in that movie with the gentleman I showed you. So then they switched places and they started using a mask. So all you're watching, and you said it, the Truman Show, you're watching things that aren't real. And we're still watching them. This is what I'm saying. When you're watching a movie that's up on your screen, not this movie, but a lot of them are gone. A lot of them are still here. But you got to understand who was good and who was bad. And if you see the symbolism, it doesn't necessarily mean that symbolism meant it was bad, because they told you wrong long time ago. When they're doing the things with their fingers, that's not what you think it is. They're not signaling anything. I used to do that stuff all the time when I was a cheerleader. And I wasn't signaling. That's just something we did back in the days. I mean, but they made it a thing that it was symbolism. And I'm going to have to find that video again so I can show you what all the symbols that are correct. And it takes me a long time to find these things because it's been so many years ago that I did this. But you have two different things going on at the same time. You have the good versus evil. So right now you're seeing still the both sides. You're seeing them both. But less and less and less are going away. Mind manipulation, that's been going on for years. You're still getting it. But in the movies coming out, be careful that you don't think that they're manipulation, because they're not. They're telling you the truth. And as we talked about it in here many times, the truth is being dripped out in a lot of movies that are coming out. You might want to stop and take a pause and take a look at them and determine for yourself whether or not they're truth or they're just a movie. Because I told you, things are going to come out in many ways, and they are, and you're witnessing it. And if you don't, you're going to miss it. That's why I tell you, when this goes off with the RV, you're not going to miss it. You're going to witness it, be part of it, and be in a hallelujah moment. So please be careful what people are telling you. The truth is being brought out in a lot of movies right now. And some of them are going to the theaters. Why? Because they're not really the truth. You don't pay for truth. That's why I say I'm not going to the movies to see anything. If they can't put it out here in the movie screen right here in your own home, as they have been, then why am I going to go pay for it? The same thing as anybody who's charging you for truth. They want you to go pay for it. Don't pay for anything. Truth is free. God set you free a long time ago. They captured you. Then you got chained. And we broke away from the chain, so don't go back. You got what? Eloise, I got the movies of my library. It is free. There you go. If the movies are free at the library, go to the library. Okay, I'm not ready for that one yet. I want to get to the most important things for you. Okay, so let's get into this. Because, I told you guys are going to have to learn about all these cryptos and all the assets and all this stuff, because it's going to get heavier and heavier. Am I too loud? I don't mean to be. Okay, so Majid put this out yesterday. And I'm glad he gave what he did, because I wouldn't have known him. So he says, this is approved by the SEC, allowing the value of all stocks and securities to be on the blockchain since yesterday. They approved XRP, XLM as digital commodities, which they did, and here it is. The SEC officially classified 16 assets as digitally commodities rather than securities in the new crypto assets taxonomy. Okay, so I can pull this up. So here it says to you, it says A, digital commodities. A digital commodity is a crypto asset that is linked to the derivatives. Its value from, what if I can't get this up closer? Programmatic operations of a crypto system that is functional, as well as the supply and demand dynamics, rather than from expectations of profits from the essential marginal efforts of others. Got it. Quote, the digital commodity does not have economic properties or rights such as generating a passive yield or conveying rights to other income, profits, or assets of a business enterprise or other entities promissory or obligator, but may have certain other rights as discussed below. Example, now here are supposed to be the ones. The digital commodities available included Aptos, APT, Avalanche, AXAXL, Bitcoin, BTC, Bitcoin Cash, BCH, Cardano, ADA, Chainlink, Link, Dogecoin, Doge, Ether, ETH, Hedera, HBAR, Litecoin, LTC, Balladot, Dot, Shalalu, HIB, Solana, SOL, Stellar, XLM, Texos, XTZ, and XRP. So these are the 16. Is that what we count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. These are the 16 that have now been released. So if you are involved with this, you need to find, if you don't understand it, you need to find out now how to do all this, because they are in circulation. They are being accepted as certain stores. They are being exchanged. They are being done in whatever way they're allowed. So then it goes on to say all of this, but it doesn't have anything meaning. So this is approved by the SEC, allowing the value of the stocks and securities to be on the blockchain since yesterday. They approved the XRLM and XRP as digital commodities. Okay, so now those are on there. So these are the 16 that are now available to be able to be used. How? I don't know. But they are on there because I checked. That I can do. I can check those things. I just don't know how to use them. Let me go back to this one. Okay, again, let's go to X. And it's really tiny up here, people. It's for me to read this, and I can't make it any bigger. So he did this last night at 5 p.m. He said, let's go. Today, the U.S. Treasury issued a license authoritating established U.S. entities to engage in many types of transactions with Venezuela oil. Okay, so let me pull this up. Secretary Department, under the President Trump's leadership, the United States is working in partnership with the government of Venezuela to reopen and restore Venezuela's energy sector. Today, the Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control issued a license broadly authorizing establishing U.S. entities to engage in many types of transactions with Venezuela state-owned oil companies. The Petróleos de Venezuela, S.A., and its subsidiaries. This license will benefit both the United States and Venezuela while supporting the global energy market by licensing the supply of the available oil. It will also help incentivize new investments in Venezuela energy sectors. And this is where President Trump with the Treasury, which is also what I just read to you. Do you know what that means? Come on. Why did Miji say, let's go? And what got signed this week? Yeah. Can anybody say Bolivar? It said any from Venezuela. Let me show you this again. Under President Trump's leadership, the United States is working in partnership with the government of Venezuela to reopen and restore Venezuela energy sector. Today, the Secretary of Department of Office of Foreign Asset Control issued a license broadly authorizing established U.S. entities to engage in many types of transactions with Venezuela's state-owned oil company and its subsidiary. A license will benefit both of the United States and Venezuela by supporting the global energy. They opened up everything. Department of Office of Foreign Assets Control issued a license authorizing establishments, identities to engage in many types of transactions. Did you get it? What's coming? What did I say would go first? Huh? Can anybody say it? Why is he so happy? Why did he post it? And even Trump was talking about it yesterday. All right, so I want to address this one with everybody because somebody sent this to me. I did get it verified, but I want you to listen to this. Tell me if you would believe this or you don't believe it. And I didn't say it was verified to be true or bad. I want to see if you guys know.
Today, we are proud to announce a new era of healing. The first home MedBed is finally here, a modern technology now available to people around the world. This marks the end of endless drugs, pills, and ineffective treatments for countless diseases. MedBeds are revolutionary. They help the body restore damaged cells, strengthen immunity, and address serious conditions such as cancer, diabetes, autism, amnesia, and more. Each MedBed comes with a free MedBed card. Simply scan it, select the condition you want to treat, and begin your therapy, all from the safety and comfort of your own home. This is more than technology. It's a revolution in health. The home MedBed puts the power of healing directly into your hands, and the future of wellness begins today. My fellow Americans, today we are proud to announce a new...
Okay. Wait, it's still going. Okay, so I asked you true or fake. Now look who's in the picture. Listen to what he's saying. Home MedBeds. Purchase a card. All right, so I did send it off because I found something. This was done on 2/12. I found something in it that caught me right away. Number one, there will never be a home MedBed until after everybody is healed. And number two, they just told me this morning they will never be a home MedBed because of the way they have to be operated, and you won't need it the way it's going to be done. So why would you want to be using a home MedBed? See, this is the problem we have. The disinformation that's been given out to us has been so exciting that we're expecting so much of this stuff, and you're not. Now, I want to see if you get this one. I'm not trying to burst your bubble. I'm trying to get you truth. Didn't Carrie Ann say she had original on her videos every time she did them? So you know it was her? You guys know I don't listen to her. You don't think she's put original? I saw a couple of them that had original. So she's not doing it anymore? All right, so let me show you this one. And I don't know why, but there's a reason why I'm showing this. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but there's a reason why I'm showing you this. Because I'm trying to get the truth to you. But before you can see the truth, you got to see the comparison. Okay, so she's saying the MedBed is here.
An unused shopping center that's been abandoned for many years. So it's tall. And they're pushing all the stuff from the roof down, and it's noisy. Okay, so I have some gossip. It's not gossip, it's actual news. I received contact from the military, the alliance people within the military that will be in charge of the MedBeds and the rollout and all of that. Okay, so This is specifically for MedBed operators and MedBed project managers and funders and yeah. Okay. So I was just asked by them if I would be a senior MedBed operator, given my experience in the Secret Space program. I haven't given my answer yet because I'm still very hurt by this whole process. And I said, I will answer you when I'm not answering from hurt. So basically what they said, and I have got permission to share this with you. I specifically said, can I share this with everyone? They said, yes. Okay. So what it is a junior MedBed operator, meaning just finished their training, as well as a student going through the MedBed training process, will receive $1,500 US per week.
Do you know what stopped me right there? Number one, the amount of money that you get paid per week, that is never going to happen. I don't know if that's fake or it's not. I don't care. But listen, excuse me again, listen to what they're saying. Nobody's going to get paid that kind of money per week. That's not going to happen. They're push of the button, and you're trained. While you're in training, you're not paid. You volunteered to go into the program. So when you come out, you're given a salary or you're given an hourly wage. Do you really think you're going to get $1,000 to $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 a week? All right, but it does bring us to a good point. And I'm going to show you this. So that wasn't Trump. Trump never said that. It wouldn't come out that way. They never pay that kind of money. So now let's go shift this to something else. Now, I want you to listen. I want you to stop the chat, and I want you to listen to this, because this man's telling you something. Oh, it's not playing? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what's wrong. Oh, they don't want, hold on. Let me do it a different way. All right. Now listen how he's saying this. Don't get taken off when he says something injected, because that's not what he's talking about. Let's see if it takes it now. That's really strange. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I started it over.
It's the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right. And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside, or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets in the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with, but it sounds interesting to me. So we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's pretty powerful. Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light.
Okay, so what he was talking about there, what's going on here? Only this happens here. What he's talking about is two different things. He's talking about a solar flash that will heal you in the areas that needs to be done after all the seeding is done in the sky. But he's also telling you that the med beds have the bright lights, which they do. They're super bright, different colors, and they all do different things at the same time or independently. That is what he's trying to tell you. All you have to do is listen and know the facts about what's going to happen is a solar flash, which should be coming here soon. But he's also telling you at the very beginning about the light, the bright light. The bright light is not the solar flash. The bright light is what's inside of the med beds. They are different colors, and each one of them do different things. So he told you this 2 days ago, standing right there, whether it's the White House or not. He was on that platform. I watched it. I heard him say it. And so I knew that somebody would make a video of it, because the one I had was a real lengthy one and I didn't want to show it. So sure enough, an hour later, I was able to find it. So somebody is watching him and being able to cut the clips out. That's most important. And I appreciate them, who's ever doing that. I think that's awesome. So if you pay attention, he is telling you, but he's telling you in a roundabout way because he doesn't want anybody to know. Now, I can tell you they're at Walter Reed, and Walter Reed was the kickoff. I think I told you this 2 years ago. I told this a year ago. I told this beginning of January. The Walter Reed has the med beds, and they are also at other hospitals. They have been released, but you can't sign up yet because everything has to be done through the sky, through Mother Earth, before you can go into a med bed. Your body's got to get prepped and get all the stuff out that Mother Earth can take out, because Mother Earth is being cleansed. As I told you, you cannot just step into a med bed and think you're going to be healed. Your body isn't prepped for it. Your body is not even near being ready. When this stops, then your body's ready. And whatever is left over, the med beds will fix it. Does that make sense? You know, I said this 2 years ago when everybody balked me. Oh, that's not how it works. You instantly go in. No, you don't. If the earth itself was destroyed many years ago, you don't think they destroyed your healing? Why do you not, in the Bible, the real Bible, even in the old Bible, they never talked about doctors. They talked about the earth healing you. Because that's how God had it. Man destroyed earth years and years and years ago. Then these doctors step in, so-called doctors, and the evil took over. So you got to get healed from the earth. That's why I'm telling you, I smell dirt now. I haven't smelled dirt since I was a child. I never even got to play in the dirt, really. My mother thought I should be a lady. Funny. No, I'm only kidding. But right now I could step outside because it rained. And I guarantee you I can smell that dirt. See, now when you buy soil, which we bought a pack the other day, just a small one, the dirt was so overwhelming. I said, wow, smell that. It's just like when the birds left and now they're back. You can really hear them chirp where you couldn't hear it before. You see, everybody keeps saying, oh no, they're really bad, because they want you to believe that. It's another distraction. It always has been. Why are you seeing trees bloom in March when they should be blooming in end of April? Why are you seeing them in February? Because the earth is being cleansed and they can come back. The rightful ones can come back. The other ones are dying off. They can't survive it because they're not supposed to be here. The sun is not our sun. The moon isn't our moon. They took all that away and they made it theirs. That is slowly coming back. You don't burn from our sun. The moon isn't the bright what you see. So let the earth heal you. That's why I tell you, no matter what the weather is, take your shoes off, walk on that ground, walk in the grass so they get cold. You won't get frostbitten. You just get a little wet. Do it because it will heal you. God has been working in miracles back in our lives again, and we're just not even taking advantage of it. You don't need a MedBed only to get, you have to do that first. You have to heal. You have to get all the bad stuff that this seedling, that they want to call it, the chemtrails that are now coming down, is for you to get your body to where you can be prepped up and take out the things that can take out from you. Let it work. Don't complain about it. Let it work. I look up and go, I know what the difference, because when I see a tic-tac-toe, I don't like it. That means it's the weather. Total snow. Does that make sense? Now, I don't believe in shifting timelines. Not for healing. I do not. But do I believe there's symptoms that change in your body? Yes, but it's not from timelines. It's from what's going on out here right now. See, they got you believing that you're timeline jumping. Yeah, I think the time has got something to do with it. But please don't go into this narrative. This was told so many times over and over through the years. The symptoms you get every time, and some of you may not get it all because you don't need that healing, but a lot of people need certain healing, and that's when you're going to feel some shifts in your body, and that's what's happening. So let me show you this. This is true, but I don't believe it's timeline shifting, because I know I haven't been sick like I was in the last 2 years, and I have been walking on the ground. I have been shoeless. It gets cold. My feet freeze, but I do it during the day. And I've got a dog now, so I can take, and I go out and I hit the ground, but then I get back in real fast because it is cold. You only need a few minutes and get back in the house. You don't need to go and sit out there for hours. So this is part one. These are symptoms if you're being healed. These are symptoms you look for. You want this to happen because this is the cleansing of your body. Okay?
Yesterday that you probably have been feeling the past 2 weeks. And then we're going to go into more of the emotional and even psychological symptoms that you're going to be experiencing as well. Headaches. Apparently having a headache or even just like a pressure in your head is a very common symptom, along with body aches, just random body aches. Remember, guys, we are electromagnetic frequency beings. We're frequency beings experiencing a physical body. So, of course, we're going to experience this not just at an energetic level, but we're going to experience it at a physical level as well. Nausea is also a really big symptom. And I don't know about you, but like, it's not even just a nauseous feeling. I'm actually getting that feeling right now. It's like a pain or a sharpness in the solar plexus, which is not very pleasant. Also weird, like temperature changes as well. If you've been feeling like really hot all of a sudden or really cold all of a sudden, that's a part of it. And then also like lightheadedness or getting dizzy or even having bouts of vertigo. And I've been having a lot of bouts of almost like borderline fainting spells. And I just haven't been able to really put my finger on it. So those are sort of more of the physical symptoms. There are other symptoms that are like more rare. Like some people are experiencing weird skin issues. Like it could be like a rash on your skin. A lot of that is actually your body purging. Some people actually have been nauseous to the point of like purging. That can be a part of it as well. Our bodies are trying to adjust to the difference in frequency, and it's not always an easy adjustment. At nighttime, having really vivid dreams is a very common symptom as well, or just straight up not being able to sleep at all. You're just awake every single hour on the hour all night long. I know the past week or two, I've had multiple nights of just being completely wide awake, and that's been pretty brutal. So here.
Okay, so I had everything but 3. When this happened, I got a little like, oh no, now what? But let me ask you this. What's been happening the last 2 weeks? What have you been seeing in the sky? Massively. You think they're trying to get this down to the last round? Migraines, yep. THC will give you a good sleep. It sure would. I learned that by experience, Gordy. Chemtrails. But they're chemicals, but they're not chemicals. They call them chemtrails because at once upon a time, the bad people used them against us. Even star seeding is against us. There is a formula that was created by you-know-who, Tesla, that he kept very secret. And that's when they started putting them out, and they called them something else. But then the baddies got a hold of it, and they started doing harm against the people and Mother Earth. So now, because this is a movie, they're still going back and calling them chemtrails, star seeding. But it's the good things. Did you hear everything she said? Ever since that started heavy over my house, I've had all but 2 of those. I even told Ghost. And he's been having headaches. He's been tired. I was going down the stairs. I never get dizzy. I got dizzy. I had to grab onto the wall and to the railing. I don't get dizzy. I got nauseous. That all happened in a week and a half. It's 2 weeks them chemtrails have been going heavy over here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm telling you, watch the patterns of your chemtrails. And if they go days without them, it's because they've done enough that they can do. Not unless the weather's going to change and they need that for something else. But watch how they are. If they're single lines, it's usually rain. If it's like a tic-tac-toe, it's heavy snow. If it's just a small, like, looks like a dusting, and then you'll see 3 of them, then you'll see 2 more going this way, that's your healing. That is your major healing. So when you can't see it, but when that comes down to the ground, it settles. And then when the water comes, it goes into the ground. When they can't get far enough into the ground, they send heavy snow so that it will melt it more into the ground. Do you understand that now? What they've been telling you is the opposite of what they're doing. Keep your mind open to health, wealth, and prosperity. Because if you don't, you're going to fall right back into, oh, that's bad. Don't think negative on something that's what is for you and not against you. Even though the podcasters don't want to tell you this, shame on them. They should do the research. Do you really think you came into a bad movie for them to destroy you? Do you? Seriously. We don't like what's going on, but as Q said, you have to show them. Because you can't tell them. See, I tried to tell everybody this 3 years ago. When these chemtrails start up, they've been here forever, but nobody paid attention. They were bad. They did make you sick. But 2 years ago, 4 years ago, they stopped all that. And the story about COVID is not for today. I hope you guys are learning stuff. I really do. All right, so he also said that the bright flash in the sky is sold to us as an incoming nuke blast. It's not. All right, so how many of you think Congress will come back? You think Congress will come back? Do you think we need them? Family, all you have to do is think the process. Where were you when you first started in this chaotic movie? Remember, I told you it was a psyop. Everybody said, no, that's not true. And what did I say? Really? And who started saying we're in a psyop? Everybody. Because we were. We still are. But then it changes to the word movie. Because now you're learning that they have actors and actresses. So now you're at the end of the movie. You're able to learn some truth. Things are starting to slow down. The chemtrails aren't as bad as they were. Just look around you. Now, I do have a video. Let me see where I put it. That I want to show you today. Let's see where I put it. Okay, it's this one. My mic is open, and I want you to listen. This is Christian 21 on Rumble. Now, I don't know this person, but I found it up on TikTok, but I did go over to the final disclosure part, and I did listen. It's a lot longer than this. This is a chop part, but this is the part that I want you guys to listen to because I can't do the long versions.
What we're about to cover, this is not a theory. It's not a forecast. We are breaking down the operational blueprint for the final disclosure. This is the fully orchestrated step-by-step delivery of absolute truth. This is the playbook, so listen closely. So first things first, you have to understand the core concept here. It's called the final production. Every event that's about to happen, and to most people it's going to look like complete and utter chaos, is actually part of a meticulously controlled military operation. Nothing is random. It is all a grand production with one single goal: to wake up humanity. And this right here, this is the headline for the entire show. A total white hat / GAA production. Now, we'll get into exactly what those terms mean in a second, but the main takeaway is this. What looks like the world falling apart is actually a strategic military-grade takedown of the old parasite system. And get this, that system is already gone. We're just watching the final scenes of the movie play out. So who exactly is running this thing? Who are the producers?
The verbiage.
Well, these are the key players, the white hats. And we're not just talking about some political insiders here. No, they're described as this dedicated force of both human and, yes, ET souls who have incarnated on Earth over and over again specifically for this mission. They're the boots on the ground, working hand in glove with the Global Galactic Alliance and Space Force to execute this final phase. So what's the end game? What's the whole point? It's all very, very delicate balancing act. The whole operation is designed to be just shocking enough to jolt the masses awake, to finally shatter that collective trance, and to completely dismantle the old parasite infrastructure. But, and this is absolutely crucial, it's designed to do all of this in a controlled way, to pull us back from the brink of a total, uncontrolled societal collapse. Think of it as a controlled demolition, not a free fall. Okay, so how do you get the undivided attention of billions of people who have been programmed their whole lives to ignore the truth? That's where this next part comes in. The 4 scare events. The plan requires a sequence of really dramatic, staged events. They're designed to be so unbelievable that they just completely override the mainstream narrative, capture everyone's attention, and force the world to question everything they thought was real. And here they are, the 4 major acts in this global play. We're talking about a worldwide communications blackout, followed by a simulated world war, then a totally mind-bending fake alien invasion, and finally symbolic energy strikes against the world's most infamous seats of power. Each one is a calculated move, designed to crank up the pressure on the collective until it finally breaks free. Let's break each one down. First up, the comms blackout. This is what creates the initial shock and silence. It forces everyone to look up from their phones. The plan is to sever the main undersea fiber optic cables, which will effectively just turn off the internet and global communications. Instantly, the old media guard will start pushing a fake story, pointing fingers at some enemy to stir up as much fear as possible. Right after the blackout, we move into the next phase, World War III theater. And the keyword here really is theater. This is not a real war. The plan calls for very limited surgical missile strikes on sites that have already been cleared out, empty buildings, symbolic locations. But the media, they're going to amplify it to make it look like we're on the edge of nuclear Armageddon. The whole point of this performance is to push the global fear level to its absolute maximum. Then, right at the peak of all that manufactured fear, they pull out the showstopper, the fake alien invasion. You may have heard this called Project Bluebeam. It's basically using advanced holographic tech, our own tech, repurposed to create these huge, totally believable illusions. The skies will literally fill with holographic fleets. Can you even imagine? The shockwave from that alone is designed to just shatter any last remaining piece of what we thought was a normal reality. And the final act of these scare events? Symbolic energy strikes. The plan says that direct energy weapons operated by the Alliance will hit 34 very specific buildings around the world. These are places that are seen as the symbolic anchors of the old power structure. We're talking the Vatican, Buckingham Palace, the White House. Within this operation, these places are considered satanic strongholds, and taking them down is a very public, very symbolic end of the old guard. So after this series of escalating, engineered chaos, the whole plan shifts gears. The scare events are meant to create this global pause, this moment where the entire world is just in shock and finally ready to hear something new. And that brings us to Section 3, the lockdown window, a period specifically for mass revelation. Now, it is so important to understand what this lockdown is and what it isn't. This is nothing like the health-related lockdowns we've seen before. No, this is a military-led stabilization effort. It's designed specifically to protect civilians and maintain order, to create a safe and calm environment for everyone to process the information that's about to be released. It's for protection, not control. So, during this 3 to 10 day lockdown, the Emergency Broadcast System, or EBS, is going to be activated globally. It's going to take over every single TV, radio, and online channel, and for 72 hours, or maybe even longer, it's going to broadcast a series of pre-made, high-def documentaries, and these will contain irrefutable proof of everything that's been hidden: the election fraud, the industrial-scale child trafficking rings, the satanic rituals of the elites, and all the evidence of their bloodline control. The whole purpose of the EBS is crystal clear, and this quote says it all. The goal is to deliver names, faces, and evidence so undeniable that it shatters the false reality of the sleepers in one single decisive blow. After this, there will be no going back. There will be no room left for doubt. You might be thinking, okay, but with these kinds of world-shattering truths being beamed into every home, how do you stop society from just completely flying apart? It's a natural question. And that brings us to our 4th section, securing the realm. This part of the plan is all about the logistics of keeping order. This slide shows a huge shift in public authority. According to the plan, all the existing police forces around the world will be officially stood down. They're out. In their place, the Earth Alliance military will become a visible presence on the streets. But here's the key difference. Their job isn't law enforcement, it's civilian protection during this transition.
And let's be perfectly clear on this point. The plan is adamant. This is not oppressive martial law. Not even close. It's described as a temporary protective measure, purely to provide a secure and stable environment. The entire goal is to let people safely absorb the bombshells from the EBS broadcasts without society falling into widespread chaos and violence.
And this quote right here is the ultimate reassurance. It confirms that the real battle, it's already been won. The old parasite network has been gone for years. What we are all about to witness is simply the final act of a scripted disclosure. It is not a last-ditch power grab. It's a victory lap.
So we've walked through the whole global plan, from the scare events to the lockdown to the truth broadcasts. But that brings us to the final and honestly the most important part of this whole thing, your role. This is where the plan becomes personal. This is where you become a key player on the board. And so this slide asks the most important question for anyone who's hearing this. When the world is in shock, when that AI scaffolding, the automated social and media programs that run the old reality, when all of that starts to crumble, what are you supposed to do? What's your job? And here it is. This is your mission directive. Your role isn't to argue. It's not to try and preach into the noise. Your job is to be a lighthouse, a point of stability, calmly holding your ground, being that beacon of calm and clarity for everyone around you who will be totally lost in the storm as their entire world shatters. So, this is your final instruction, and it's the most powerful part of the entire plan. When the time comes, the most impactful thing you can possibly do is just stay calm. Anchor that frequency of truth. Be the lighthouse for your family, your friends, your community. This was the plan all along, and now you know your part to play.
Okay, so let me clarify a few things in there. Not all of that's going to go exactly the way that it says, but they're pretty close. Is there going to be an EBS? Only if President Trump, which we know he's got to exit, that there's going to be a little switch off going there. So that's going to change the outcome just a little bit. Also, the EBS is not going to come out to lock you down. It's not going to be 3 days or 10 days. They are going to explain in different parts. The first thing they're going to tell you that you're not going to lock down. They're going to have sirens go off in every city to have people go to their homes like it's a raid. But it's not. People will get to their homes once they know, and believe me, they'll know when people are home. The businesses will close, and it's going to be probably later in the evening when this all happens, when everybody's home. When they come in, they will announce who they are, what they're being there for, what has happened, and how long, and what today looks like for us. They aren't going to say any more. Then there'll be another part, which will talk about what started this whole thing. But it can't be about the children first. It has to be how the world got changed and what the enemy and who the enemy was. So you got to remember, people can't take all the truth at once. And if we were to sit down and tell them everything all at once, it would take us months to tell them everything. So it makes sense the way they're going to do it. And I totally agree with it, because people have to let things suck in. And you know what? Why would you want to be told everything all at once? It's going to shatter your whole world. How did you feel when you hear some things that you didn't like? Or about your church or about the pastors or about your money or about, you were angry, and you have the right to be. But this is why the segment today started out about God. God first. And don't ever forget that. Don't let any man change your mind about God. Yes, God is within you, but there's a whole more to it than that. And that is what I need to come out. I need permission to bring all that out. And they're not ready because they're not ready to bring out the first segment yet. Or none with force. Space Force is involved in it, but I don't think any aliens are involved. Space Force is involved in a lot of things. And anybody who tells you they're with Space Force, you better check them out, because Space Force doesn't talk to everyday you and me. As that girl said, Kelly, or whatever her name is, Carrie. Space Force has nothing to do with Carrie, nor you and I. We're just normies. They are huge intelligence. They're never going to tell us or speak with us. So be careful what you're listening to. Also, in there is a lot of truth. And we've already gone through some of this. We're already in the stage 4, almost stage 5, because the first 3, you've already seen it, done it, been there, don't know, you know what I'm saying? So go back and watch these videos. If you didn't understand that, remove anything that has to do with things that strange beings coming. We don't have Martians. And if you believe the earth is round, then you got a problem. Because even every Bible I found says the same thing. You have water above you and water below you. What else does it say? See, how can you have, if you're under a dome, which we are, we call it a dome, you can't break through it. That's why they never went to, the astronauts couldn't break that. That's what they were trying to do. They couldn't break it. Why did they die? Because God said, no, stop. All these years, nobody cared about anything. Then all of a sudden in 1960, or actually 1957, they started saying, hey, let's try to break through that bubble. So they created the astronauts. And how many times did they try to do it? And they touched down on the moon. Seriously, I just told you the moon isn't what you think it is. So wake up, people. See, this is what we got. We've got to have disclosures come out. We've got to have the truth come out. Because if we don't have the truth to be able to tell you or just show you, then how does anybody else accept it? And that's what I keep telling them. Why aren't we doing more faster? But now I'm getting it. After I've seen a few of these videos, again, I have to watch them and watch them the same as you do. I go back to my own videos and watch them and go, oh, that's what it was. I mean, we have to know something somewhere. And I'm telling you, things aren't what they seem to be, but they're getting closer and closer to making them that way. Don't think the evil is in control, because they're not. God is in control. And even though we haven't got our blessings, we did. You're here, aren't you? You were chosen. You were one of his greatest blessings he ever made, because he knew you could stand this time. Take that and just give yourself a big hug, because you made it. And you will continue making it. There's a lot of things in my lifetime that I lived through and I believed in. And there's a lot of things I will always believe in. But I'm going to tell you something. Jesus did walk this earth. He may not have been the Messiah, but he was really close to it. And I'm going to show you something. I know I'm keeping you too long. But because we have limited time with them working out there, I try to mount you up with everything. Where did I put it? Of course, I don't know where. Where are you? Okay, hold on a minute. I know I've got it up here. I don't know what I did with it. All right, so I don't have that right now, but I'll find it and then I will put it back on for Tuesday. But I want to show you this. This came out yesterday morning, and I'm waiting for a response on it. But I did hear 2 people say, yes, it passed. So I want you guys to listen.
After just a few hours of debate, the House of Representatives passed the Senate version of the stimulus package with no changes. 0 Republicans voted yes. The bill is expected to be signed by the president as soon as it hits his desk. I know you really want to know, when will we see those $1,400 stimulus checks? You may start seeing your direct deposit in the next few days or maybe weeks. We have to wait and see what the Treasury Department says when it issues its guidance. As for who gets one, check out this video and pay attention to those income thresholds. They've changed. Congress slimmed down the check qualifications. That means millions of Americans who got a check last time will not qualify for a check this time. And speaking of the stimulus check, many of you have asked me, what does it mean that President Biden's name won't appear physically on the check in the same way that President Trump's name did? The answer? It means literally nothing. President Trump got a lot of heat for that move, and lots of people said that adding his name actually slowed down the distribution of stimulus money. Now, the Treasury Secretary at the time denied all of that, but regardless, the Biden White House says the president would rather get the checks out immediately rather than potentially delaying any money going out just to get his name on the check. It's done. After just a few hours of debate, the House of...
Okay. So I had to send her a direct message to ask her why she was speeding up her video. She was late for work, but she wanted to get out the good news. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, you sound like a mouse. She goes, I know. She goes, I'm going to go back and redo it. So tomorrow you should see an update on it. Right now, I don't see anything as far as when it's coming out. I'm hearing it's $14 per individual per household. I don't know exactly, like she said, it could come out in a few days. It could come out in a couple of weeks. I don't know. But I am going to stay on guard with somebody else that knows about this. When I know, I'll put it down on Telegram if I'm not up before it comes out. But I do want to get that other video, and I want you to see this. But I am trying to get you all the truth I can. I'm laughing inside because I keep hearing her going so fast. You know, she works for the government, right? She's kind of funny. $1,400 a person per household. Okay, that being said, I guess we're done for today. If I had another video, I'll show you. And I apologize for keeping you late. But because we have only limited time, I wanted to get some of that stuff out and explain to you. This is not fear anymore. This is truth coming out. And if the rightful people will tell you, you should know, the truth. If they keep telling you they're bad, then it's that person, because they're not digging enough or knowing anybody to really talk to them. You know, scientists work with the government, and even though they're retired, they know what's going on. Do you really think that they're under an NDA? Absolutely not. Do you not think you can't call one and talk to them? Absolutely you can. And all you have to do is, I have to do is go up to the library. She's married to one. All you have to do is ask family members who their friends are. And you might find somebody that knows some truth. All right, what's that? Stimulus checks, Doge. Okay, tariffs checks. Yes, they are needed. Here's the thing that's on that video. They ask them if the checks are coming out in May, if they're $5,000 a month. Now, I told you she's like a reader that answers the universe. She asks them questions, and they go yes together, no apart. Now, I got to say, every time she asks and it's answers, she's pretty much right, or the things are right. Now, I don't know if she's somebody that knows the truth or these actually work, but I'm amazed by them. So in this video, that part comes in. So they're using these, looks like some kind of metal, and they move, but they sit still and they ask a question to the universe. So her question, one of the questions was, which intrigued me, was, are we going to see quarterly big checks for the people across the world? And immediately it went yes. So then it goes back. The next question she asked, will the money that they receive be from the money that was stolen? And it went yes. Then she asked again, will it be more than $5,000 per month? It didn't say nothing. So she rephrased it. Will there be $10,000 a month or quarterly? Then she stopped and she said, let me rephrase that. She said, will there be $15,000 quarterly for the people across the world? And I went, yes. So according to that universe, yes is the question to $15,000 quarterly to the people for the rest of their lives. Now, we heard differently. I know, because I said it too. But you got to remember, she only asked about one. She didn't ask about all of it. She said that was stolen. She didn't say all of it. See, the verbiage is very, very specific. And she knew that. So that's why she's going to wind up doing another video when she feels that everything is grounded. She will not do them when chemtrails are going. And she knows why too. Even though we don't believe in things, a lot of that's been dumbed down from the mainstream media, or watching videos, or the government telling us, or some official telling us. And we believed them. But I don't anymore. I seek for myself. Whether it takes me a day, an hour, or a year, I'll find the answer. What, Ghost? You guys are witnesses. Our furniture now identifies as persons for tax purposes. You're silly. All right, guys. That's what I have for you today. Think about what I've said. If you don't believe it, then you don't believe it. But remember, truth will set you free. And you'll be able to learn once you accept the truth. And you going along with the narrative is only going to set you way back. And all you have to do is think about what's going on Do a deep dive in your mind and in your heart, and you'll see the truth. You're not going to die. They're not trying to kill you. They showed you what 2030 was at the very beginning. That was phase 1. Then you started going out in phases. All that's done with. If you believe in God, because that's why you're here, then why don't you believe that everything's done in phases and you're in the last phase? How long it takes, I don't know. But we've had a long journey and we're ready. But you've got to believe in order to receive, not money, but truth. So today, I want you to go out there and get grounded. No matter what the temperature is, no matter whether it's rain, snow, hail, go out and get grounded. Go out, hug a tree. I don't care what neighbor looks at you. Hug a tree, because they're going to be doing it too. Because they can't get healed. They won't wake up. They have to do what they're told. Get into the sunshine, not the flashlight. There's a difference. There's 2 suns and 2 moons. Know the difference. Get into the real sun. Put your face up in it. Heal your eyes. That sun won't hurt your eyes. It heals them. The one that's bad, which they're taking away, that was the one that would burn your skin, burn your eyeballs. That's not there anymore. They're taking them out. Slowly, so nobody notices, the same way they came in. So if you think there's going to be a big muck up, no. They've never done that. And you know that. And everything about these wars, yes, there's some things happening. The bombing is the buildings. Did some people get killed? Yes, accidentally. They got in the way. You know, they can't protect everybody, but they try. But what I want you to do is stay in prayer. Because God talks about praying. And God is love, light, laughter. He's got everything you need. So take it, because he's offering it.
I've wandered through the noise and endless days, chasing answers, going my own way. But in the silence I hear you call, a whisper through it all.
So I lift these hands, I open wide. I'm tired of running, no place to hide.
Draw me closer to you, God. Every heartbeat, every scar. Let your mercy wash me clean. Let your fire reignite my dream. Take my fear, take my pride, lay it all down at your side. Draw me closer, draw me near. You're the reason I'm still here. I've seen the world, I've played the part, but only you can hold my heart. Your love is steady, deep I need the most. Not the world, just the Holy Ghost. Draw me closer to you, God. Every heartbeat, every scar. Let your mercy wash me clean. Let your fire ignite my dream. Take my fear, take my pride. Lay it all down at your side. Draw me closer, draw me near. You're the reason I'm still here.
I don't wanna just know about you. I wanna walk beside you, breathe you in, speak your name, never be the same.
Draw me closer to you, God. Every moment, near or far, in the stillness, in the storm. You're the peace I'm longing for. Take my life, take control. Come and heal my restless soul. Draw me closer, draw me closer.
Wasn't that a great song? I love that. That is so good. I felt it. It was like, ooh, just tingly. Wow, that was pretty good. I listened to that like 3 times and they even got me better that time. Okay, family. I want you to go out, enjoy your weekend, live, love, laugh, because that's what you are. You're love, you're beautiful, and you're going to be okay. So let's start the chat and let's go to prayer. Father, this morning, I want to bring a dear, dear family member to it. We want to pray for Evelyn as she's getting ready sometime this morning to go in for a PET scan. Father, she had the battle and you had her win. And we're asking you to show the favor over her again, that when they get it back, or if she goes in, they see nothing. For you conquered it all, and it will never come back. Give Evelyn the peace and joy. Let her know that you're there, that your hand is laid upon her, and that you are the great healer. You are everything. May she find the blessing and know that this is a true blessing, that she is healed. We want to pray for Robert to heal his prostate, to heal his whole body, that nothing gets a hold of the inside of him, that you lay your hand on him, put your words into his ear, that he can hear you, that he is healed. Father, we want to pray for Guy and Loretta, for Unspoken, for whatever those two need, from our hearts to theirs. May you give it to them. And if they're tears being dropped, yet you wipe them away and give them big hugs, because they're both wonderful people and they need you as long as we need you. We want to pray for Lila for safe travels to Arizona, for safe travels there and safe travels home. May she find herself having a good time, laughter, family, friends. maybe some new ones. And whatever she's looking for, may she also have it. We want to pray for Nancy, for her left leg is swollen in her knees. Father, she can hardly walk. That I lay her here and I ask you to put your hands on both her legs and on her knees and whisper in her ear that I'm here and I hear you and it shall be granted. Father, we first have to believe, then we need to trust, then we need the faith. And this is what we have. We want to pray for Lee to heal the breathing issues. Father, please breathe new life, new breath back in, and let that be gone. Because as you speak, all we have to do is listen. And all we have to do when you breathe into us is inhale. Father, we trust, we believe, we have faith. And no one can take that away. We thank you for this morning, for the information that was given and verified. We thank you for walking us through life with each other. Whether we're crying or we're laughing, we know the family here, they have a safe place. And for those that are listening, they are a family too. And I'm praying for each and every one of them and our prayer warriors. We have a 10,000 list and better. And they keep busy. But we love them and we thank you for them. Father, as everyone goes out today, give them new life, give them new breath, and show them the way they need to go in everything they do. We humble ourselves before you, for we know our answers will be there and our prayers will be done. And this, Father, we thank you all across the world for the people that are suffering. They too will be fed, will be clothed, and will be a blessing. And this we ask today only in your name. And we all said amen. I had a good time this morning. I love seeing you guys. I love sharing with you. You are true family, and you are such a blessing. May you go out and dance. Find some music. Dance. That's good. It makes your vibrations even go higher and your blood pressure go down. But get some exercise. Go outside. Do it inside. But most of all, if the weather is preventable, be outside. Get healed. But know you're a blessing to Ghost and I. And we love you dearly. And if you could be a blessing to another, let it be so. We'll see you back on Tuesday, if not sooner, because we never know what the next step is. But we know we're in the right direction. God bless you all. Safe keepings. We love you. Bye-bye. Leno said, Majid just posted that Iran has entered the RV game. Okay, I'll go check it out and I'll talk to Majid. Thank you. All right, guys, I got to go. But if I need to come back up, I will. Bye-bye.